Luke Wisher here to keep your files safe. A number of horrible things could cause data loss, including power surges, theft, or the accidental drop. You won't have to worry though if you back up your data. Everyone who has ever lost files will tell you to back them up. For this tutorial, feel free to follow along by pausing this video and doing each step as I do. Teachers and staff should use Google Drive to easily back up your data. If you use your Apps for PPS account on a Chromebook, your data is already saved in Drive. I've made an instructional video for Windows computers. You might find a link to that video here or below. On an Apple computer, like your MacBook or iMac, we'll use a Chrome browser and the Finder window to move your files into Google Drive. Let's open your Google web browser by either clicking the alias on your dock or by using the spotlight to type in Google Chrome and pressing enter. If you don't have Google Chrome on your computer, pause this video and take a moment to download and install it before continuing. Here's Chrome on my dock down here, and up in the top right corner is Spotlight. Google Chrome, enter. There we are. You'll need to navigate to Google Drive either by typing drive.google.com in the address bar, using a bookmark. I love bookmarks. Right there's my Drive bookmark. Or if you get the PPS Google Teacher Portal, find the Google Apps login to get started. Right there. You may need to sign in with your Apps for PPS account to get access to your Drive. And then I'll click Drive and Docs. Here we go. You can see I already have a bunch of files in here organized perfectly for my needs. You will want to start creating folders, or at least one to start, so your data can be found easily. Click New, then New Folder. And let's name it. How about My Backup? Oops, don't need a big U. There we go. Create. Now you have your backup folder right here. Let's double click it to open it up. Look at that shiny empty folder, and it even says drop files here. Now let's open our Finder window that has all our files. I've noticed that in Finder it can be difficult finding all your folders, so we're going to use Spotlight to search for your user folder. Back up here in the top right corner, click the magnifying glass and start typing in users. A drop-down should come up and you will find a blue folder called users. Go ahead and double click on that. For this tutorial, I prefer to change the view of my Finder window via the toolbar view selection, the second one from the right, this one right here. You have 4 different views. You can choose which one you prefer, but I like this one. It helps me navigate through. Now, you're going to have to select the user that you're signed into or that you save all your files to. They'll all look different, but my username is Tech Specialist. We're going to use that. And I save a lot of stuff in desktop, so I'm going to select that folder first. Once yours looks sort of like mine, or set up the way you want it, let's continue. With Apple OS X, you can split most windows by holding down the full screen button, that little green one in the top left corner, like this. Just click and hold and drag to the far side of the screen and release. Now Apple wants you to select the Google window, and Apple will put it on the other side for us automatically. Now we're ready to do some file dropping. In my desktop folder, I have a bunch of files I need to back up. I can select them all, or if I only need one, I can select one. To grab one, I click and drag it over to the Google browser window. That was a pretty small file, so it uploaded really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one so that way I can show you how to move all the files. Now there's a couple different ways. Either by holding the pointer button down and dragging my mouse cursor over it, I can highlight all the files I want. And then I can just click and hold and drag them over to the drop area. Or I can select Command A to select all the files and then click and drag them over. Now would be a good time if you've been following along to tackle this with each folder you want to back up. Please at least go through your desktop, downloads, documents. I always make sure to review the files first to make sure I need them, or if it's possible, I could download them again. Cleaning up first will save time looking for files later. If we look in your downloads folder, this location is the default location where files downloaded from the internet are saved. Again, you may have saved files to another location. These files are typically accessible by downloading them again, but in most cases, fillable forms may have been saved in this location. You may want to review these files as well. As you can see, some of us download the weekly bulletin on accident multiple times, so I should probably not worry about backing these up. There we go. Now I've got a cleaner downloads folder. Your picture, movie, and music folders are typically larger files and may take longer to back up. We recommend that you learn how to manage your files with Google Drive so you no longer need to use your computer's local drive to manage your files. If you have an external drive, save those files there too. If you still save your files to the local drive, be sure to periodically back them up to the Google Drive so you're good to go. After you've managed to back up your files into your new Google Drive, you may want to get out of full screen mode so you can continue with your day. You can click the green button on the web browser to get back to the regular screen. But now your Finder window has gone away. If you have it open in your dock, you can double click on the Finder button and do the same thing by moving your mouse cursor to the top of the screen and clicking the green button on the Finder window. Now you're back in action.